Hello, everybody. Oh, guys, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Um, as some of you may or may not know, I have been feeling kind of really not physically good the last week. I went to my doctor. They told me that it wasn't like I'm not dying or anything, but my asthma is flared up so bad that I had COVID. I can't remember, July. Yeah, I had COVID for the second time in July, and ever since then, like everything else hasn't healed. Like just the chunks of what is happening with my shirt. My God, um, just phlegm everywhere constantly. It's way TMI, guys. But my doctor was basically like, your asthma is real bad. So the usual course of action is prednisone for that, but she only gave me 5 days, and I'm still feeling like poopadoodles. But they're going to give me some more, so hopefully that gets me over the hump, and I'm okay. Also, if you guys tuned in for yesterday's stream, where I, talked about a lot of stuff. This is not Mormon Wives. I'm just going to do a little recap here. It was kind of my second part on why to escape, how to break free of Scientology. There was a realization that I came to in the middle of it, literally while reading Keeping Scientology Working. That's the second time I've broken it down on this channel, that all of these things in Scientology, but especially KSW, are it's a death pact that you're making. And yeah, that was a lot heavy to deal with. I'm still thinking about that tonight, today. What was that? I just got an email that might be super important. Please bear with me while I click on things on my computer. What is... Yeah. Oh. Okay. Vernon, the pizza was delicious. It was leftover. There's a joint near where I live. They're a chain here in Oregon called Pizzicato. And you can buy slices and stuff at lunchtime. And yesterday, my wife and I shared, some slices and some salad. But I got an extra slice. And that's what I had today. Because it's like a big, fat, like New York style pizza. So, Denise, I'm sorry to hear that you also had COVID at that time. COVID sucks ass. It totally sucks. So that's what's happening, guys. I'm sorry to give y'all a fright. I'm not dead. It would take a lot more than that to kill me tomorrow. I think it depends on what time things arrive, because I am a tech nerd, as you guys know, and I did a whole tech breakdown on my other channel, Gen Exercise. And hang on. I already did that 3 times before I came on, and my inhaler, and I'm still stuffy. But I'm going to do an unboxing of the new iPhone 16 Pro and my Apple Watch 10 when they get here. So that will be fun. Also, hopefully you'll join me on the other channel for that if you love tech nerdiness. Okay, so guys, I am prepared though. I have all my Mormons. Okay. All my Mormons are present and accounted for. And we're going to get going with this. Now, this is not the final episode. This is episode 7, the Book of Trust. Okay, so where we left off and where this episode starts is exactly the same cut. We are watching... Where we go. They're all in a stack. I got to fan them out here a little bit on my desk so I can see all my girls. Okay, there we go. That's the one I need. And we'll put the... Now, there's only 2 men in Vegas right now, Dakota and this subhuman person known as Zach. Okay, so where we left off was Jen in the corner talking to Zach, where he is questioning her entire Mormondom, her womanhood, her ability as a mother, her ability to, be a wife, because she is sitting in a lounge with her girlfriends. She did not touch one stripper. Okay. And they're eating burgers, but somehow the fact that she might walk to the next room where a strip show is going to happen, Chippendales, it happens 7 nights a week, probably twice on Sundays. He basically told her, if you do this, I will have my things out of the house by Monday. I will take the kids. You will have nothing. Meanwhile, this Bajumba is over gambling, okay? The money that Jen gave him because he don't have no money because he gambled it all away. So she is hysterical, guys. She is hysterical. So Michaela's husband, Jace, has also chastised her for being there. So Michaela's like, girl, let's just go home. And Tay-Tay's like, yeah, I don't want to deal with Dakota's shit either. Let's go home. Okay. So these three go home to the Airbnb where they're staying. They do not watch 1 second of the strip show. They do not enjoy this time with the rest of their prans. Okay. They are totally innocent. Okay. Now they go back and they have, some discussions, but we'll get into that. Okay. Dakota was pissed, so they all go. Okay. They all go home. And we all can decide that Zach is hurting Jen emotionally, even though she didn't even go see the show. So that leaves the twins who are not twins, Jesse and Demi. Okay. Of course, the birthday girl, Layla, and everybody's favorite at home, Macy. Okay. So these four, by the way, Macy's already seen the show. She and her mom went some other time when they went to Vegas to see Chippendales. So, all right. So these four are at the show. All right. And I'm going to go through the pictures that I took, guys, because these reactions to the shows, okay, is hilarious. Okay. So here's what happened during the show. This is Layla's first reaction, okay, to, let's just pull it in here a little bit. That's her reaction to seeing the men come out on stage. Okay. That's Layla's first reaction there. And then, yeah, she's like, oh, wow, these men have like no panties on. They are, it's a Chippendale show. If you guys have never seen a Chippendale show, or watched the movie Magic Mike, listen, guys, I went to Magic Mike when it came out. I went with my then best friend. We sat in the top row center because we're both short. So it's just guaranteed we'll be able to see the whole screen, right? Because it was stadium seating. This theater was filled with straight women, a couple gay men couples, and then like 3 very controlling men who went with their girlfriends to see Magic Mike to make sure that they did not attempt to like become part of the movie Rocky Horror Picture Show style. Okay. But I'm not joking you. As soon as the lights dimmed, okay, for this movie to start, women were screaming, literally screaming like we are at a New Kids on the Block concert. And then during some of the strip portions of this movie, okay, and listen, if you haven't seen Channing Tatum get it on to Pony, that's some good shit. Okay, that's some good shit. Women started throwing dollar bills at a movie screen. They were throwing money at a movie screen. I have never been in a room more filled with estrogen that was just it was electric. These women were so turned on by this movie. Okay. So I get it. I get it. It's very sexy. It's very sexy. Okay. A lot of good looking men in there and a lot of good looking men on this stage. All right. So I'm going to go through the rest of the pictures here. Okay. So then this is actually Demi. Okay. Demi gets pulled up on stage. This one here gets pulled up on stage. This guy is just wearing a bikini already. Okay. And he pulls down the bikini in the back so that his ass is hanging out. Okay. So and then he grabs her hands. Look at her laughing. Look at her laughing about this right now. Look at her face. And then he slaps. Yep. And then that's Jesse's reaction. That's Jesse's reaction because then he slaps her hands on his ass. These women, look at her. Look at her. She just won $50 million at a lottery while she's wearing a headband with penises on it. Look at her. This is like she is living her best life. Her friends are having a good time. Then Layla gets pulled up on stage. This guy is on her. Okay. He's grinding for real. And he bends her over. We got to go back. Yeah, I didn't get the bend. I didn't get the bend and snap all the way that I had intended, but he bends her straight over. Now you can see here, guys. You can see this area here. Okay. But let's be honest. This man is not flaccid right now. These guys get turned on doing this job. I mean, it's part of it. This woman is single. She's single. If this guy's grinding up on her and she's okay with it, that's all okay. That's all okay. Oh my God. So they have the best time. These four ladies are now just like, they're hot. They're hot and bothered. They are having a great time. They've released so much endorphins. Okay, meanwhile, back at the sad panda house, okay, we have these three. Now, Michaela is just sort of here listening, just being shocked with how upset Dakota and Zach are. Okay, because Jace was kind of like, I can't believe you do that to me. And so she just decided, I'm not going to fight about it. Like, I'm just going to fucking go, right? Okay. So, did I not get a picture of that? Yeah. So she says, I just got a text from Zach. This is Jen reading the text. Okay. I'm not interested in talking. I can't do this anymore with you. And the girls are like, what are you talking about? And Zach is telling her, I'm not going to be married to you anymore over text message. Over text message. Right? Okay. And so they're talking about that as these girls walk in like, ooh, 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 and they're all like literally talking about the show as if it's the funniest, coolest thing that they've ever, done. Meanwhile, Jen is crying. Tay has like her head down, and Michaela's just like, oh my God, you guys, read the room, right? He said, and this is a quote from the text that this man said to this woman, okay? He said, I'm not going to be married to someone who doesn't have values and morals. While he is gambling. While he's gambling her money. Demi, my sweet, sweet Demi is like, fuck that guy. Like, not fucking today, Satan. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck him. Like, she is trying to pump Jen up so hard and just be like, girl, fuck that guy. Like, you don't have to put up with this. No. Okay. So the girls wake up the next day. Jen's gone. she's gone. Everybody's like, where the fuck did Jen go? Okay. Demi is like, yeah, they were texting until 2 a.m. and then Jen went over to see him because he wouldn't talk or text with her anymore. So she left to go to his hotel room. So then he said, this man said to this woman, I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm disgusted with you. I don't love you anymore. Y'all. There are things for the unmarried people in the audience here. There are things that you can come back from when you are maybe inebriated or you say something in the heat of the moment that is inappropriate or bad or wrong. The one thing you're never going to come back from ever, ever, ever is I don't love you anymore. There is no recovery from that. There is no like, oh, hey, I was joking when I said that. I was joking. It was a joke. There is no just kidding from that. You do not. No. And these one-on-ones with Jen in these last 2 episodes are so fucking uncomfortable because it is like if we were to watch an after-school special about an abused woman in a heterosexual marriage, Jen would be the poster child for that. Well, sometimes he just, says things and he's mostly right because, I wasn't being the best Mormon and, yeah, I really need to just try harder. And then he loves me when I'm trying really, really hard. And so if I just do that, then everything's okay. Like, Jen, run. Look at you. Look at yourself. Look at this beautiful, beautiful woman. And then look at this caveman idiot you're married to. You are a 20 and he is trash. Come on. And even Jesse at that moment when they found out when Demi said what the text said, Jesse's like, you can't take that back. You can't take those back. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Okay. They're all talking about this conversation and it was really bad. I mean, there's more details, but it was bad. None of them could believe that this conversation had gone on for hours. All the while, guys, all the way till 2 a.m., okay, we find out because this genius comes over, this guy, Dakota, comes over to go talk to Tay-Tay and be like, huh. So first he sits down with the ladies and he's like, hey, what's going on? And we're like, you tell us what's going on. Where the fuck is Jen? And he's like, I don't know. What happened? And so they tell him that they were texting until 2 a.m. And he's like, oh, weird, because Zach was gambling till like 1:30 or 2. So let me get this straight. This man not only sent horrific texts to his wife saying, I don't love you anymore. I'm taking our kids. You're going to lose everything. All this shit. But he was at a gambling table the whole time, multitasking, gambling the baby allowance that his wife gave him because she is the breadwinner. And then Dakota was like, oh, was I not supposed to say anything about that? Fucking idiot. And as I told you guys before, I'll repeat it again. When Zach and Jen got married, it was always the plan for Zach to go to medical school after BYU in his pre-med at, Brigham Young. Okay. So his family is super rich. Her family, as she revealed, her mom is Guatemalan and is the cleaner at the hospital where Zach's dad and grandpa work as surgeons. Okay. I don't know what her dad does, but clearly he's not in the top tier Mormon rich level. Okay. But she seems to come from kind of good people, right? So Zach's parents gave them a nest egg when they first got married. Hang on. Sorry, guys, I'm drowning here. Okay. So Zach's parents gave them a nest egg to buy a house, to have enough money to float them through his college and medical school. That is 8 years. 8 years of money and a house. This one, gambled away all that money. So Mamacita got an idea in her head and she got good at TikTok and she makes millions of dollars, right? He doesn't appreciate one fucking thing that she's done. Not one. He still thinks he's up here. I'm the man. I'm in charge. You do what I say. And she's like, here's $2,500. So don't gamble it all at once. The dynamics here are all fucked up. Okay. Dakota calls. Okay. So then Dakota called and Tay hung up on him because she just wasn't having his shit. She's like, why did you call? Like, fucking leave me alone. Like, these two, toxic AF. Okay. Jen then doesn't answer any of the girls' texts or calls. Like, they're now all calling and texting her like all morning to try and find out if she's alive, if she's in a ditch somewhere. They're like, this could be a fucking Lifetime movie. It's always the husband who kills the wife, right? Like, they're freaking out a little bit. And Macy does a one-on-one where she's like, you know, I know that Whitney's the worst, but like, I really wish you would still be kind of part of MOMTOK. You know, I miss her because they were like the closest, right? And Demi is like, that girl don't know what friendship is. She doesn't know what friendship is. Fuck her. Like, no. So now the Menses are going to talk to each other, right? So Jordan called, Jordan called Connor. This is Jesse's husband, calls Whitney's husband, Jordan Connor, to tell him the tea. Okay. That this is going on and you know, tells the whole story about. Okay. So then Connor goes to Whitney and tells her what had happened with the whole blow up with Jen and Zach and everything. And Connor like pauses, like, what do you think? What do you think? Right? And I made a comment about Connor that at the time I didn't take a picture of him, but I was like, he's so jealous of them seeing Chippendales. His hair was straight, but so it's really sad. And you can tell Connor in this moment is like, well, I think Zach's a little out of line. Like the way he's asking, like, what do you think? Whitney, who's in the middle of doing some, you know, trad wife task in the background, without skipping a beat, is like, I agree with him. I can see where he's come from. Jen didn't even do anything. She went to a place where she didn't know what they were going to be surprised with, found out what the surprise was, called her husband to tell, hey, this is what we're doing. You know, it's not a big deal. It's just a show. It means nothing to me. I love you. And then he tells her, go fuck yourself. You're not a Mormon. You're not a mom. You're not anything. You're a subhuman. And this bitch is like, yeah, I agree. Same Z's. What a fucking see you next Tuesday. Like, I can't. Yeah. Why are all the scenes of them baking, right? I know. They're trying to make Whitney into this like nice trad wife bitch. She's a fucking see you next time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So they're all out. They're going to this final dinner now, right? And they're still calling Jen to try and find out what's going on. And the dinner's at like this little Mexican restaurant place. It's not like, there's no more strippers or anything like that. So Demi finally gets Jen on the phone. And is like, oh my God, girl, I'm so glad you're alive. Holy shit. And Jen's like, yeah, it's all good. Everything's fine. We had a really good talk. It was the best talk of our lives. Are you guys at the restaurant or were you guys at, did you order already? And like literally Tay-Tay's like, our food is here. I'm eating. Like the pregnant bitch is like, don't you make me wait for this food. So the next stop is they decide they're going to go bar hopping, which Tay-Tay can't do. She's on probation. She cannot be seen in like clubs type situation. It's part of her probation. So Tay-Tay, Michaela, and Macy decide to abstain from the club hopping. Okay. And so the other girls go club hopping. And oh, I forgot about something. Before they left the house, I'm reading my notes and my notes got out of order. I don't know. I apologize. So when they were all back at the house missing Jen was missing, right? Two major things happened. So Demi, Jesse, they're recounting all the conversations that Jen has had about Zach. And he's always like, he's protective. He's just protecting me. And Jesse says the quiet part out loud. She's like, no, he's controlling. Right. And so, and Dakota showed up unannounced and they were like, Taylor's sleeping. Please let her sleep. She's napping. And, he's like, yeah, I'll totally do that. And it was, Demi and Jesse at the door. And they're like standing on the side of him like this, like, hey, don't, like she's sleeping. And he's like, he turns and then he runs through them like as if he's in like some sort of weird, soap opera. And he runs up the stairs to Tay-Tay. So they run up there to hear what's happening. And Taylor's like immediately bawling. She's immediately bawling to this man. She's like, we are 17 days away from this baby and we are not good. And he's like, right? It's just like they have another fight. Like they cannot go 30 minutes together without having a fight. Like it's not a good relationship. It's not a good scene. Okay. So these three go off and they find like a little restaurant vibe with like an outdoor area that they can sit and, have their Mormon beer, AKA Diet Coke. And meanwhile, the other three are now at a bar. They're bar hopping. Okay. And who saunters in? Jen. Jen shows up. Okay. So, let me roll my notes here. Okay. So, while they just keep cutting back and forth between the bar hopping and this scene. So that's why it gets a little confusing. So while these three are there, Macy finally decides, I gotta tell Tay-Tay about the thing. And so she's like, hey, listen, I'm super glad we're all here because I gotta kind of tell you this thing, and it does involve Dakota. And Taylor is like, the fuck? So Macy's like, yeah, so I do Sinner Sundays. And Michaela just is like quiet as fuck. Okay. I do Sinner Sundays and people send in anonymous confessions. And yeah, I got one and it's about Dakota. And Taylor's like, And she's like, do you want to know? She's like, it's just like Tay-Tay is ready to bounce. Okay. So Jen shows up and talks to these three. Okay. And she looks like a Stepford wife. She looks like she may have been drugged. Something is off. And she's like, yeah, Zach apologized. We were up all night talking, and it was just really, but it was a really good, necessary talk. Okay. So then these guys go to the place where the other three are to meet up. And Jen is just like, like as if problem solved, guys, everything's good. We're just going to go back to normal. We're just going to forget this whole thing happened. Demi, my sweet, sweet, wise Demi, says these girls are now having an intervention for Jen because they look at her. She looks like a fucking prisoner. It's like a prisoner who's been released to be like, guys, my prison is wonderful. I love it. It's gilded. Everything is great. Nothing is wrong. So Demi is like, listen, and I wrote it down. I want to make sure I said, oh, right. Okay, wait. So Macy did read the confession to her. Okay, and I had a picture of that. Where did my picture of the confession go? We'll pull that back up. So the confession, of course, go back. I have all these vagina pictures to go through here. Okay, here's the confession. Here we go. So the confession, she reads it to her. I accidentally slept with Dakota before I knew he and Taylor were together. I only met her once, and I'm terrified to tell her, but I feel like she has the right to know. Help. Okay. Yeah. Tay-Tay was furious. They still don't know who sent it, right? Because they didn't click the button. They don't show them clicking the button to reveal who it is or anything like that. So now all the girls are on this couch. Jen is in the center. Demi says to her, this is a trend with our church. We are getting married before our brains are fully developed. This is the most adult, most accurate statement that has been said on this show. This is why I love this show, because yes, it's delicious drama and all this other stuff. But then we have the sage known as 29-year-old Demi, who is already been divorced, right? And then decided not to marry one of her Bajumba mates and married this older man, okay, who is chill. He's not worried about his manhood. He's not worried about, somebody trying to take his girl. He's like 6'5". He's good. Okay. Confident man. Right. The girls, all of them, every single one of them is telling Jen how disgusted they are with Zach. Okay. Jen is like, she just starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller. She's like fiddling with her wedding ring, just doing one of those things as they are all telling, right, what's wrong. And Jen is like, listen, yes, guys, he has these narcissistic traits, right? But that come out of him every couple months. But I've never met someone who loves me like him. The girls are like, Jennifer, right? They're disgusted. Jesse, where's my Jesse? Here's my Jesse. Jesse asks Jen, would you let your daughter be in a relationship like this? Jen breaks down, like just literally bawling her fucking eyes out in the middle of Las Vegas in a restaurant, okay? Because they're all telling her, okay, everybody except for Michaela, who's been married to the same guy that she's been with since she was 16, okay? Divorced, abusive husband, remarried to a nice guy. Just divorced, abusive husband. Left abusive boyfriend for good husband. Divorced, abusive husband. You know her story. They're all like, girl, you don't need this man. You will be okay. Look at all of us. You can survive anything. You deserve to be treated like a human fucking being. And she's like, I know you guys are right, but okay. And that's where we're left hanging, guys. At the end of this episode, there's one more episode. But I'm telling you right now, what started off to me as a complete joke, looking at this woman, Taylor, in the first episode. Okay, let's just rewind here for a minute. In the first episode, this woman is clearly on a lot of things. She is not just high on life, okay? And she is so drunk all the time that she gets in a domestic violence situation involving her boyfriend and her daughter. Her daughter accidentally, it wasn't on purpose. And at the end of the first episode is in jail. The second episode takes place 11 months later after she gets out of jail and is on probation. She went through some shit. So talk about somebody who you thought at the first episode of this was going to be the absolute trash, fucking dumpster fire human being that was going to be like, this is too good. I think it's scripted. No one could possibly be this dumb. Has actually turned into one of the fiercest, most self-aware moms that I've seen on television. Okay. And I was mad at Demi at first. I'm gonna be honest. I thought, who is this little flibby gibbet? Why is she marrying this guy who's so old? She is the queen. Queen. Now, Whitney, we knew just the haircut, guys. We knew she was a fucking just see you next Tuesday on crack. And she turned out to be exactly that. She's J-loose. She is a clout chasing, just sad, sad little woman who's married to a gay man. So there you go. All right, let's check out the questions and the comments. Yeah, Vanessa. Hey, girl, good to see you. Yeah, Dakota does come across as a full-on psychopath with his coke eyes in this episode. Taylor can do so much better. I agree. All right. Pippi, you're never rude. You can say whatever you want, honey. I was late. I was rude. So it's all right. You and I had COVID at the same time. I'm glad you're good. It's really hard on me. This was my second time, and I'm a severe asthma sufferer. So yeah, going great. Aubrey, I'm sorry you're feeling bad. I've been dealing with an ear thing. Yes, ear. Oh, when this ear, guys, gets really sensitive for me because I have hearing loss in this ear from working at Starbucks. And so sometimes whenever I get an ear infection, it's always in this ear, which is really suck. They tie off so they don't get fully hard. The dancers have some sort of like bandage on their peen. Okay. I would think that would be a health risk. I mean, honestly, just, knowing about male anatomy and stuff, like cutting off the blood flow to that, I don't think would be a good idea, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure they got something going on in there. It would be a mess. Bye. Yeah, that's how I feel too about Zach. Thanks, Candy. And again, she had to beg to be treated like a human. Yes, she's literally like, please consider me. Consider my character. Like she just kept saying that to him. I've never said that phrase before in my life to anybody. Consider my character before you're saying these things, like begging her husband to not treat her like trash. An ex-Mormon YouTuber says, as bad as Whit and Zach are, the worst type, as bad as Whit is, Zach is the worst type of Mormon there is. 100%. 100%. I agree. Off topic from Olson here. Did you receive my email regarding this? Yes, I did. And I've seen that docuseries on Netflix. So I'm going to watch it again and then do breakdowns like this about it. But that is, there's a lot of the twin flames, man. Crazy doodles. Baggins says, Whitney, take your janky animal crackers and fuck all the way off. Thank you. When I was watching that part where she's trying to like roll out the dough, the only thing I can think of is like this bitch was so wanting to be baking on camera that she didn't put her dough in the freezer to let it get, appropriately firm before rolling it out and then cutting it. Anyone who's a baker, and I'm not even that great of a baker, guys. I'm a good cook. I'm a very good cook. My baking could use a little bit Okay. But anybody who's a baker knows you put your dough in the freezer to let it firm up, and you got to even on the British baking show, they do that shit. You don't just have runny, fucking hot, sticky ass dough trying to cut cookies. She's like, quick, I got to make some dough so that we can be baking while the camera crew's here. Like, oh, Whitney, it's so fucking staged. Your whole life is staged. Just gross. Nora elastic. I don't know what that means. Oh, they use elastic, really normal for male peelers. I don't know. I really would have, I'm going to have to Google it on like a private tab or something so I don't mess up my whole Google search. I love listening to your commentary, play-by-play of the Mormons. You're hilarious. Love you, Nora. Thank you, Detroit Stacy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's go to questions here. How was the pizza? Delicious. Delicious. Maybe she's not straight. Who are we talking about? Who's not straight? Now I have questions. Shula, is Taylor supporting Dakota like the other women who are supporting their families? I don't know about that because Taylor's never discussed that. And since they are not married, all of her money is hers. She wouldn't be required to give it to him, even under the Mormon faith. So I don't know what this idiot does, but none of these men are making more money than their wives. And I'm pretty sure some of them have pretty good jobs. Yeah. Do you think these women will be excommunicated from the church for their participation in this show? Ooh. I think they could be, absolutely, because it's bringing a lot of negative vibes to the Mormon church. Liz Gale and I somehow lost all my drafts, guys, but you'll see Liz Gale's stuff. We went and shot some footage at an LDS church here in Oregon to do like TikToks, right, for protesting and everything. And it was really funny. We did it together. And I don't even mind if my footage is gone because it'll be on hers forever. It'll be there in posterity. But yeah, we were getting some looks. We were getting some looks for standing in front of this LDS church, filming little TikTok segments. So... Oh, Georgia Burke, thank you so much. How are you so funny and amazing, Nora? Love you from the UK. I love you back. I love you back. Guys, I'm trying my best to have more fun. Oh, you know several ex strippers. Wonderful. Okay. Did you guys know that Portland, Oregon, it has the most strip clubs per capita than anywhere on planet Earth. Even Vegas. We have more strip clubs here than Las Vegas. Did you guys know that? And most of them are owned by women. Yeah. Yeah. There's all kinds of, I mean, they're very sex positive. Some of them are like, LGBT strip clubs and things like that. So yeah. Yeah. This is true, Enola. Indulging idiots always cost more than you expect. The temporary peace is just kicking the can down the road and worse behavior follows. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. I'm just scrolling through the comments here to see if there's anything else you guys want to know. Tomorrow, like I said, I've been getting a lot of emails about different ways to escape Scientology and things like that. And I want to cover all of that. I do want to be upfront, though. I do want to be like 100p with you guys. That topic to me, escaping and getting out, is so important. And like, I have a lot of empathy for Jen in this situation because of that. Because I feel that Jen right now is not only trapped by her husband, right? But she is trapped by this religion that she feels she is needing in order to be a good person right now and for all eternity. And that is so similar to Scientology, right? That if you don't, what you do here and now within Scientology, right? And so I have a tremendous empathy for her for getting involved in a relationship so early with a family that she thought, this is going to bring my family out of poverty. They're well-to-do, overlooking the caveman, Yeah. But it's not good for her. It's not good for her kids. It's not good for her. Will I have Serge on the Escaping Scientology episode? I would love to do more with Serge. I gotta talk to him. We talk almost every day, but we're just chit-chatting, But yeah, Serge and I should definitely do something on Escaping together. I love him. He's one of my favorite people. For sure. Yes, and thank you. Oh, Rocks in a Box. Thank you, Marilee, for reminding everybody. Please hit that like button. If you're in here and you're watching, please like the stream, subscribe, all that stuff. It really helps me out a lot. And Rocks in a Box, thank you. Just because, love you. I love you back. Guys, I'm trying to pump up the content. I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to do all these things. And, time will tell if it's successful or not. That's up to me. I've lost a lot of subscribers, over 200, and that's okay. Because, the people who are watching, who are tuning in all the time, I know you guys are enjoying this content. I do really want the feedback. So if you're on the replay crew, please send me, leave me a comment in the replay so I can keep improving. You can always email me. I'm always looking to get more ideas and everything else. Your ex-husband is a stripper. Wow, Desert Dog. That's a whole conversation, honey. I feel like your ex-husband was an ex-stripper. Okay. How did he feel about that? That must have been a whole thing. That's, you got to have a strong relationship if that's your job, because stripping is not something I could do. I'm very self-conscious about my body. So I don't think, yeah. Does Liz Gale watch the Mormon episode? She's already seen the whole show. I haven't even seen the last episode yet, so we haven't fully discussed it. But yes, Liz is a watcher also. Will you interview your wife about her feelings on Scientology? Will my wife come on the show? I don't think so, guys, not because she doesn't love you guys. I just think it's not her jam. She is not a front of camera person. That's me. I'm the super extrovert wild one. My wife is the planner, the organizer, beautiful, quiet, strong type. And that's why we go well together, because we balance each other out. We balance each other out in all of the best ways possible. Hello. Hi. I love you. Is it early release? Yeah. Okay, I'm just wrapping up. I'll be up there in a minute. Okay. All right. Okay, good idea. The senior has early release today. There you go. What do you think about putting pictures of child SA abusers known to Scientology the way Good did to ZDT? If they were exposed to friends and family, wouldn't they come? Would they come forward? Sorry, my little box cut off your whole comment here, Anne. And then part 2, is this something Scientology can do? Should be something you can use against Scientology. Listen, I think what William did to ZDT with the Predator flyer is fucking brilliant. But also, just a little bit of history for you guys. That is also a tactic that Scientology has used many times against former members with false accusations of that. That is an OSA tactic, to print up flyers and tell the neighborhood from which a former member lives, this person's a predator, this person's whatever, and make up lies about someone who, haven't done that. So I think that's my trepidation on it, because it gives me the ick to think that I would be doing an OSA-like tactic on anyone, as deserving as they may be, because I just think we can be better. Will I cover Miss Minkoff on Housewives? Fuck yeah. I will. This is true. There's no way Scientology could take them all down over the nation and other countries. Yeah, and I think that as long as we're we're printing out 100% confirmed factual things and, putting them everywhere. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Because people should be made aware of the SA pedo predators that are sitting inside of Scientology with no charges brought against them in a court of law in any country because Scientology is protecting them. I have thought about, and you guys tell me right now if this is a good idea. I was going to, magically, Hulu, as soon as Diddy got arrested, had a whole mini documentary, The Truth Behind Diddy, right? Okay, so I was going to watch that and just get a feel, because I haven't done a deep dive into Diddy, for all of these crimes and accusations and things that are going on, and then do a game show called, was it Diddy or David? What do you guys think of that? If we compare the crimes and then you have to guess if it was Diddy or Scientology that committed these crimes, these heinous crimes. Because, guys, how long was Diddy under investigation before they just nabbed him? And his bail's denied. Denied. That man's not coming out of jail. What would you guys think about a show like that? That is hilarious, right, Rox? All right. Will you do episodes on the Kardashians? Oh, God. I can't, Vernon. They are just the worst. I'm sorry. I will do episodes on their best impersonator. She's fantastic, and I love her. You're saying right now you're calling that Rebecca will have an assistant on the camera that's actually her handler? That's probably very accurate, Mother Baggins. That's probably very accurate. Yes, Rabbit is the woman. I fucking love her. Her coverage on the Diddy situation has been outstanding. Yeah, no, Rabbit is an amazing deep dive reporter. Let me pull up one thing here. This is the impersonator that I'm talking about. She's the absolute best. I would love to collab with her. If I was going to do a Kardashian thing, it would just be her. But here she is. Here she is.
So New Year's was so good. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was good. Courtney, I just said that. Yeah. Do we have any, resolutions? I want to stop wasting time with you guys. Who even says that? Not Courtney thinking she's exciting. It's a joke. You guys are so interesting. They're so boring. Oh, because you're so exciting being a mom. Hang on. It's Travie baby. Babe. No. I'm not busy at all. I'm literally so bored. So new.
Yeah, her impression of all of them is so spot on, or they're always having a salad or something. It's just she's the most hilarious woman on the planet. I don't know where she gets it. Where she just one day decided to just start doing all of the Kardashians with the wig changes and everything else, and then with the post-it fingernails that are always coming off. Oh, she cracks me up. But yeah, no, I can't actually physically bring myself to watch them. Vernon, it's too much. I can watch that, but I can't watch them. Yes, and that is correct. That people just got shuffled around like the priesthood. They got moved to different areas of the United States, like Miriam's dad and Miriam. Yeah, they got moved from Australia to England. They were human trafficked across countries to cover up his abuse so he wouldn't be prosecuted in Australia. They've done that many, many times. They took a woman who abused Alexander Jench as he was a minor, and she essayed him multiple times and moved her from Florida, where the essay had happened, to California to do the RPF. His parents were not told. The cops were not called. And that was the son of the president of the Church of Scientology. Even the son of the president of the Church of Scientology could not get justice for being essayed by an adult woman. That woman just sat on the RPF like as if she had done nothing wrong. Wasn't a big deal because he was just a big being in a little body, right? He was 15. He was mature. Yeah. Yeah. Mila and Ashton should just move to another country at this point. I mean, the fact that they have their own organization that's supposed to help, human traffic people and all this other bullshit, and then their friends just keep turning out to be the worst, I would just literally change my name and move to another country. Yeah. Candy, we love you here. We got you. I'm sorry today sucks. It's going to be all right. You're going to be all right. You got to just keep moving one foot front of the other. Caitlyn Jenner is missing there. Yeah, she never does Caitlyn. Fuck Caitlyn. No. Oh, Sister Wives. See, Sister Wives isn't... The only reason I'm not doing it is because there's no... Well, it's kind of culty. I don't know. I have to think about that. Sister Wives is good. Billionaires shaking salad isn't interesting to you? I know, Sinead. I know, right? How is Miriam? Have you interviewed her? No. Miriam's okay. We actually had plans to do a stream together about our shots, but that has been delayed. She's in another country, so it's kind of hard to get schedules going. She got, she had some personal things going on, but we're gonna figure it out. There we go. I got those fuzzy hairs out of my way. Yeah, Karen, Alexander Jench's death is, it's horrifically tragic. Horrifically tragic. And so many lies told about that. So many lies told about that incident. Okay. Try cutting out dairy and or wheat. Okay. I will try. The orgasm cult. Yeah, that is one taste. Let me pull up. I'll pull up the YouTube trailer here. Here we go. I'm going to pull this up. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do one taste. Rocks. 100%. Here we go. Capricious Caroline, you're good. I love you. Here we go.
We have a pleasure deficit disorder in this country. I think that there is a cure, and that cure is female orgasm.
This is her TED Talk.
She really was a celebrity to me. I had seen her TED Talk 30 times.
One Taste was a fast-growing startup in the health and wellness and sexuality space.
One Taste. Is their website still up? Please tell me it's still up. Oh, it's still on. Oh my God. They're still doing it. See what our members think. They changed it. It's the Eros platform by One Taste. See how this looks kind of like, a labia? Because this is an outline of the clitoris. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it's called One Taste. Oh, I'm in it. I'm in it now. This is the next one. I cannot believe these people are still doing this. It's still going. He's checking out new things coming up. I'm sorry. This lady didn't want her face on the website. Oh my God. There's courses, guys. Let's look at the courses. Om 1 through O1. Your first 4 weeks. For 4 weeks, you're learning how to Om. These are the curriculum modules. You got 3 instructors here. Okay, where's the price? How much does this cost? $25 a month. Become an Eros platform member. $25 a month to Om. What are they going to show us here?
It's a practice of surrendering.
Surrendering.
It is based on the connection with this human being that I am having the most profound, expanded experience of my life.
Om change.
Wait a minute. Is that the same lady? Did she just get a lot of work done? What is her... Yeah, it's the same lady. She's not in jail. She's still practicing this disgusting sexual torture on people. Okay, we're gonna do the last episode of Mormon Wives starting next week. We will get into this. There is a docuseries on this. It is called One Taste, literally the name of the doc. Orgasm Inc., the story of One Taste. It's on Netflix. It's still on Netflix right now. Okay. The bombs. A lot of these people are making decisions because they don't know better. It takes a while to get it right. No ex-cult members leave and just do it right. Yeah. The bombs. You could not have spoken more truth. As someone who left the cult 22 years ago, I can tell you that only in the last year have I started the most healing that I've ever gone through. Besides 2016, where I got my body in better shape. I had a hysterectomy that saved my life because my uterus was trying to kill me. I came out of the closet, right? That was a great year of my life, 2016. 2017, I met my wife. We fell in love. And from there, from 2017 forward, the last 7.5 years have been slow, incremental healing steps in my journey until this year, where kind of the dam broke open of just a fucking flood of trauma that came through. And I dealt with it because I knew I had resources that would help me. And here I am, so much better than I was before, able to acknowledge when things hit me extremely hard. Hi, baby girl. Thank you for cheering me on. That's a good girl. you know, and no, it is not immediate. There's no, I mean, there's a, you know, you don't even feel relief, to be honest with you, when you leave a cult of this nature, or a cult of any nature. Okay. Because, you know, it is, it's still inside of you. It's still part of you. It's still, you know, stuck to you. It's in your DNA, right? So it takes a long, long time to heal. This will be the rest of my life to heal from being in Scientology. And that's why I have so much empathy with these women who need to get out. I have to remember that I can't rescue everybody. And people are going to make the decisions that they're going to make, right? They're going to stay, they're going to continue, they're going to do all the things they're going to do. And they have to go on their own journey of healing, you know? Why are we looking at this exactly, Capricious Caroline? Because that's after I finish the Mormon Wives. This is going to be the next one that I do, the one taste. You can go, Charlie. You can go. If you were going to be in a cult, you would choose that one. That would be the one. Okay. No, they won't. They won't get it. Yeah. Why do they call it why don't they call it a hysterectomy? Yeah, they should. They should. Hang on one second. Charlie, it's okay. You want to go? Come on. Come on. You want to go get Katie? You can't get out. Go get her. Go get her. There you go. Charlie's hearing Katie upstairs and she wants to go play with Girl Child, which I understand. She's the most fun. Oh, thank you, Vibombs. Thank you. My empathy will save a bunch of peeps. I really hope so. Because, you know, like these Mormon wives who are stuck in a group that they think they're going to change from within. And this is the sad news for these ladies. These are intelligent, talented, obviously hardworking ladies who have figured out TikTok. I don't know how to fucking figure that shit out, right? And they have figured out how to make, you know, money, to be successful. Okay. But they are stuck in a religion that does not respect them, that will not give them rights, that will not allow them to feel proud of themselves and be in charge, because that religion says that women can never do that. And so that's kind of my message, you know, to these women is like, honey, you guys are just in the wrong religion. Like, you want to raise your baby to believe in Jesus and God and like heaven and all that other stuff. Find a different flavor of Christianity that is going to allow you to have your own voice, because this ain't it. The Mormon church is not going to change no matter what you guys do, because you guys aren't being Mormon. You know, you're being better than Mormons. So don't take that as an insult, but you're not being Mormon, right? You're not dressing modestly. You're not, you know, serving and submitting to your husbands. You're not, you know, just being a baby mill. You're not being Mormon. Don't try to keep being something you're not. That's okay. Mother Began says, nobody could make me leave until I was ready to see the abuse as wrong. I hope for them, but it takes time. Correct. It's like anyone who's getting off of drugs, anyone who is getting, you know, changing any aspect of their life, right? A drug addict, right? You could send them to every drug rehab on the planet. They are never going to get off those drugs until they decide, I'm getting off of drugs. It doesn't matter what the program is. If that person hasn't decided, it ain't going to happen. You're starting your own cult, Caroline. Diddle, Miss Kitty in the middle cult. Okay. This is also true. It can take more than one time to leave successfully. Hey, I blew 5 times. I hear you. Hollywood may have a show called Dating Life in the Sea Org. We'll talk about a boring ass show. People are going to be fucking hella bored with that shit. They know this, Nora. I guarantee after they've gotten a taste of success and freedom, they are going to blow. I hope so. My mom left a cult because she had no way to attend because they moved. They told her all of her kids would die. Well, I guess you're living proof that they were full of shit. They're full of shit. Can we do an Eric Rader room raid? Can we? Girl, come on now, Freebird. Come on now. Let's pull him up here. Let's pull up my homie Eric Rader. Let's go to his live. I'm going to pull it up. He's talking to Dodge Landsman and Self is Self. Let's get them on the screen here.
Me a good recommendation
Here they are.
and say it was a crazy unfair situation.
All right, guys, I'm gonna put up
and
the
yeah,
end
I could have
screen
gotten
in 3,
a
2,
job.
1.
The
Let's go
moment
give them a raid.
I
will see you
emailed
guys on the
Tony
flippity-dip.
Ortega and
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you as always to all my mods and all my members. And guys, click that link. Scan it, click it, love it. Send me boxes of money. I need it. I'll see you guys on the flippity-dippity.